Hey there, and welcome to Wandering Works for Us. We're Shelley and Beth, a married couple living in Portugal and exploring the world one story at a time. Come wander with us as we laugh through language fails, cultural surprises, and GPS disasters, and discover just how amazing this world can be.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Wandering Works for Us. I'm Shelley.
And I'm Beth.
And we're back with another episode. Yay! On our England road trip. This is our last episode.
It is.
Where we talk about the end of our trip. But, you know, it's okay.
Well, the end of our England road trip.
The England road trip.
Yes. When we
there
got
was a
to
whole other road trip.
When we got to Edinburgh, we said goodbye to Julie and Ann, sad face, and then we picked up Sheila and Chris, happy face, and then we did a whole Scotland and Ireland thing.
A whole thing.
Which we'll tell you about.
Yes, we will. But first, we're going to tell you about York, which is my favorite out of all the cities.
It is certainly one of mine.
I think that I was sitting here thinking about it while you were doing stuff and we were waiting for things to upload. I think that when I get ready to go on a trip, I'm excited about going to cities because we don't live in a city. We live in the village. And so I remember when we were in the Cotswolds, I texted Katie, hi Katie, and said, I miss London. She's like, not for you, is it? I was like, it's beautiful and everything, but man, I want something more to do. I want something different. I missed walking through a city and looking in lots of stores and just the vibe of a city, you know, with all the pubs. I mean, the Cotswolds and Bakewell had pubs, but this is different. It's a different vibe.
Yeah, and I think the cool thing about York is that it had that vibe, but it wasn't as big as London.
Oh God, no, not nearly as
so
big as London.
we could have stayed there much longer. Mm-hmm. Whereas when we're in London, after pick something 4 days,
4 days,
something,
I'm usually like, okay,
yeah, we're like, okay, we're
let's
burnt out on this because it's just so much. But York, I would go back and spend a whole 5 days in York.
I don't know if I'd spend 5, but I'd spend at least 3. And I think we were there for 2 nights. So
right, 2 nights and
kind of like a day and a half. Like one full day and then a half coming in and maybe a half leaving.
Yeah,
and I'd say a day and a half we spent in York.
Yeah, and we could have certainly done a lot more.
Yes, I think we could have.
Which we'll tell you about.
So one of the reasons I wanted to go to York was I wanted to see the Shambles.
Yes.
I'd heard so much about it. Julie had been to York on her last England trip, and we're talking about how cool the architecture is in the Shambles, and it looks like it came out of Diagon Alley, and it really does.
It totally does. And the buildings are all kind of wonky, and they almost lean toward each other when you're looking down the street of it, and it did not disappoint.
It didn't at all. It actually used to be the section where all the butchers were in town.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that
it's
interesting?
Kind of grim if you think about it, but it was just neat to walk down this wonky little street with all the shops, and of course, like I said, it reminded you of Diagon Alley, and man, did they play that up.
Yes, and as we heard a tour guide saying, even though J.K. Rowling has never been to York, so it couldn't have been influenced. She couldn't have been influenced by it. There was the shop that I loved was called The Shop That Must Not Be Named.
Yes, that was very much Harry Potter.
Yeah, they had a lot of Harry. The whole thing had a lot of Harry Potter stuff.
But it wasn't. Yeah, that one was a Harry Potter store. But then, like across the street, you had like an alchemy store, but it was a perfume shop.
Yes.
And then you had a little place where we were selling drinks, and of course you could buy a butterbeer in there. Don't do that.
We'll tell you about because we did it.
And then you could go up a little further and little gift shops. They played it up pretty well.
They really did.
And the Shambles is a short little part of York.
Yeah, it's just really Well, it's a street
Yeah.
of it. And then there's stuff sort of Shambles adjacent, I'll call it. There's a market over there, like fruit and vegetables and stuff like that. We went to a really good pizza place there, just off the Shambles, called the Market Cat. And that was good, FYI. You could check that out.
And your restaurant that we ate, the French restaurant in town, Côte, I believe was what it was called.
That was very good.
That was really good. And it was right close to the Shambles if it wasn't quite in it.
Yeah.
But it was such a neat little neighborhood.
It really
I
was.
mean, I could spend a lot of time there if there weren't so many people.
Well, the picture opportunities.
Oh, yeah, there was lots of those. Yes.
were just almost overwhelming. Tell them, though, about the butterbeer.
So I've been wanting to try a butterbeer, which basically is a cream soda. And we'd stepped by it's a tiny shop with a tiny bar, and this guy was serving butterbeer to this couple, and he was doing this whole little song and dance kind of thing with them, and I was watching
He had a
it
wand.
swirl, and he had a wand, and the whole gig. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to go do the butterbeer. So of course we walk in and we ask for one, and he gives us a show, and there's a whole video that goes along with it. I'll make sure I post it. When
Okay,
this comes
good.
out,
And
because I
how
haven't
much
posted
was
yet.
it?
I want to say it was like 5
No, it was more than that.
pounds, 6 pounds. It was.
Yeah, it
was
was
more
8
than that?
pounds, I think.
Maybe it was 8 pounds.
And then, well,
It was expensive
We spent
for what it was
5
for a
more.
crappy cream soda.
Yeah.
And then I tasted it after all of that, because it also comes with whipped cream on it, you know, in true fashion. And I tasted it, and I was like, oh, I don't know how much of this I can drink, because it's almost like it was just vanilla and sugar, and not even that.
It was
good,
very sweet.
It was
yeah.
so sweet,
Yeah.
And of course, afterwards, we were getting ready to leave, and I don't know how it came up, but
Well, I think you said it's really sweet, and he said you could add the whiskey.
and we were
and we're like,
why didn't you say that?
Why didn't you lead with that? So he made a little hole in the whipped cream, and he poured in the whiskey, which I think we paid another
2 pounds for
3 pounds, something like that.
No,
for
it was 2. I paid
You
attention
remember?
to that one. Yeah,
And, it was just some cheap whiskey. It did make it better,
it made
though.
it better.
It
but
cut
I
some
still
of the
couldn't drink
sweetness.
the whole thing, because it was just
It was too much.
It was like
Yeah.
just,
However,
if it tasted more like beer, I probably would have drank
let's just say it was 6 pounds plus the 2 pounds is 8 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So it was less than 10 pounds. It was worth 10 pounds for the show. Because he was
really
so
was.
good.
He was incredible.
He was really good, and he sang, and he twirled his wand, and he was very good.
He was just fun to watch.
Yeah.
And so, he let me film him, and so, that was really cool.
Yeah, so I guess my recommendation would be get one for the show, have a taster, get the whiskey, unless you have children.
Yeah, giving it to a kid.
Yeah. Or if they have sore throats, hey, no judgment. But
Worked for us.
yeah. Have a taste or two, and don't feel bad about dumping the rest,
Yeah, I ended up
because it's
having
worth the
to
show.
pop it out.
It was fun.
It was. But York has so much more to offer than just the Shambles. That was what I had known about it when we had first started planning this, was just that little area that looked so cool. But it's also a walled city that you can walk around. It's also has historical monuments that you can go visit. It has a whole section called Coppergate, which is part of the old Viking village in town, Jorvik, which we went to visit. And then, of course, we did the hop-on, hop-off bus, so we could, kind of get our bearings to see where we were.
Yes.
And there's so much more that we didn't visit because we were only there for the day
Yeah.
and a half. And honestly, by this time, we're wearing down. We're getting kind of tired.
We're wearing down. Yeah, we are. We're wearing down. And
we're about day 7 into the trip, and we're like, ooh.
And we needed a rest day and
Yeah.
didn't have it. And we knew next we're popping into another village, and then we're going to Edinburgh. So we were like, oh, let's conserve the energy, not do everything.
Can't do everything.
I know. But I liked, personally, there was a nice LGBTQ presence there.
There was very much.
Yeah, there was a store that Shelley and I posed in front of, and the shop.
The store is so gay or something
Yeah,
like that.
this shop is so gay, and it had that across the top of the shop instead of the name, and had arrows down, and it was hilarious. And then also the Anne Leister married Anne Walker at the Holy Trinity Church, Goodramgate. And it's very easy to walk past that, but we knew about it, and so we specifically went to see
looking
it.
for it.
Yeah, and so that was in the 1500s, right?
No, this is Victorian age, I think. 18, I think.
I have a picture of it somewhere. There's a plaque outside the church. Here it is. Anne Lister lived 1791 to 1840.
There we go.
And she took the sacrament and sealed her union with Anne Walker Easter of 1834.
So, gay marriage wasn't technically a thing then, but there were certain things that you had to do in order to be married during that period of time. And one of them was to exchange vows, and then the other was to take the sacrament together in
And
a church.
exchange rings.
And exchange rings.
Yeah.
And that was her idea of getting married. That's what she was going to do. Now,
Yeah.
there's some controversial parts about, did Anne Walker know that she was getting married?
Because Anne...
Oops.
Yeah, Anne Lister was the one that did all the writing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was, and there's a HBO special or series about her called Gentleman Jack,
Which we have got to watch.
Yeah, we have not. I've seen some of it. I've seen a couple of episodes here and there, but I haven't really paid much attention to it. But,
so we thought, that was
we
cool.
had to check that out. Yes. We strode through the markets. We learned that York is one of the most haunted towns in England.
Yes, that
And,
was cool.
All of their hotels and pubs are apparently haunted, so we popped into some haunted pubs.
We did. Let's see, the Black Swan.
The Black Swan was
That
a
was
big
a
one.
cool pub.
That is a very cool pub.
I really liked it. And if we went back, I would probably do a ghost tour or something.
Yeah, I would recommend a ghost tour. I
Yeah.
bet that is really cool.
I bet
in
those are
town.
good because it's so haunted in different places. So it's probably a really good tour.
We didn't see any ghosts, but
But
we're
hey,
open to it.
We totally are. And you walked the city walls one night.
I did, sort of.
Almost by accident.
It was kind of by accident because my stomach was upset. I think I was exhausted and full of rich food and needed to go back to the hotel early. And so I looked at my phone, my Google map, and said, okay, here's a little trail that's, that will take me back to the hotel, and it looks like it walks along the wall, like beside it. And so I decided to go that way, and then I realized as I had passed it at one point and then turned around and tried to look for it that I had to climb some steps, and I was like, oh, I get to walk the wall.
the actual wall. Yeah.
Michael. And so I think there's 4 parts of the wall that you can walk in York. I only did that one. But it's high enough that you get to see parts of the city. I was there at sunset, so that was really nice.
I would do that next time.
And it took me straight down, like almost right across the street from our hotel. Of course, we stayed in a Premier Inn. Highly recommend.
Always.
And yeah, it was a good location, and it was nice and quiet and wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
York is so walkable anyway. I mean,
it's very walkable.
rather flat in most places.
Yeah.
It wasn't more than a 20-minute walk to anywhere we needed to go.
It was really a great town.
Yes, it was.
Let's talk about real quick some of the food things. Anne and I, hi Anne, went to the Fat Badger, which just still cracks me up. It's
That's a great name for a bar.
It is. It's a pub/restaurant. It's way more than just a really good pub that also serves food. It's a really good pub that has a restaurant. So we had a really good meal there. Côte, York, we went to.
That was the French restaurant. That was really good.
That was really good. And then this Kalpakavadi,
That's a good guess. Kalpakavadi.
which was recommended by our Black Swan bartender. That's where you and Julie
Who was also
went.
a chef, I think.
I think he was, yeah.
And Julie and I did that because we wanted to do Indian, and it was Southern Indian, and it was really good.
Yeah. I'd want to eat there next time.
And we were there during the horse races too.
That's
something
right.
going on, because that night I remember that whole place was swamped with people in nice outfits.
Yeah,
that
really
just come back
dressed
from the
up with
races.
hats, and yeah, that was cool.
So that was neat to watch.
Um,
York had a great selection of different types of food.
It did.
Great restaurants. I mean, I wish we had gotten a chance to stay longer so we could have eaten more food.
We'll
'cause,
go back.
Even though my stomach was upset.
Yeah. So tell us, Shelley, about one of the coolest things we did, which was the Jorvik Viking Centre.
Okay, y'all. So the Jorvik Viking Centre, it looks and sounds rather cheesy, to be honest. It's in the middle of Coppergate, which is actually what they are excavating currently, was the old part of the Viking Centre in York. York was founded by Vikings. And so there's a museum, of course, in it, but they have made this immersive experience for you. And we didn't really know what to expect when we were going in. We had heard that, you get to experience the smells and some of the sights, but anything else we weren't really told about. And so we go in and we buy our tickets. We have to get them at a certain time, so make sure you plan that ahead. We kind of just popped in to buy tickets, and then we had to wait like an hour and a half or something.
And we got tickets, but we had to wait.
But we had to wait. So this is
if
in
you're
May.
tight on
so
time.
If you're there in the summer, you may want to plan this ahead of time. And we go in, and you go sit down, and this woman comes in, and well, it was a woman at this point, but somebody comes in and gives you an introduction to the place. And it's she does all this little, it looks like magic.
It does.
Interaction stuff with the screen behind her. And so we're thinking, at that point I'm thinking, oh, well, that's cool. I'm just going to walk through a museum and there'll be some interactive things to do.
And that part, let's not just skip over and say, it was really well done.
It was very well done.
And they're all dressed in Viking costume.
Everybody. Even
Period
the people
appropriate.
outside lining
everybody.
you up are in costumes.
Yeah.
They are in the role. And so then she said, well, you can go through this door and, continue your tour. And so we all line up, and we're waiting in this line for a while. And I'm like, I don't even know why we're waiting. Well, when we get up closer, we see that there's these cars coming down, like these carts. Like, we're going on a ride. We're going on a Disney
track.
ride, y'all.
It's like you're going to go through It's a Small World.
It kind of is,
Except
but it was
cooler.
way better than A Small World. And so you get into the car, and there's a screen in front of you that's taking you back in time. And by the time it gets to the end of its timeline, you're turning the corner, and you're seeing this Viking robot statue up on the hill that is so real.
We were not sure until after we saw about 3 or 4 of them, whether they were actors or whether they were, I'll just call them animatronic. This was Disney level.
It was so
good.
well put together.
Yeah.
And, and each one gave you a little introduction, and you're also getting information from the car that you're in and your speakers. And it turns you one way, and you get to see a scene of fishermen, and it turns you another way, and you get to see somebody making shoes. And, here's a house you kind of go through. I think my mouth was open the whole
I
time.
know. And in the ride, when you sit, I think 6 people could have sat, or 4 people maybe. On it was an elevated second level. I can't
Yeah.
remember if it was 6 or 4.
Just the 2 of us were in that.
But it was
car.
just us 2
Yeah.
because it wasn't that crowded. There are speakers behind your head, and those speakers are talking to you in your language. So
You choose
we
your language when
we
you
were
get
in
in there.
English, of course,
Yeah.
but someone who is Dutch or French or whatever, they put them in those languages. Oh, so well done.
It was so cool. And then, of course, they tell you, yes, there would be smells. Well, you do kind of smell the smoke coming from the smokehouse. And it does, it
do.
smells like a farm. I'm going to be honest
It
with
does.
you.
When you go by the farm area,
It
smells like a farm.
Ceja del Rey in the springtime.
Yeah.
And they laid all the manure out everywhere.
So
It
true.
does smell
So
like
true.
that. And the worst, and of course, at the very end of it, you go past this guy in an outhouse.
Yeah,
You are
he's
very close
he's
to
in
him.
what I would assume is the public outhouse.
I'm assuming so. I don't know, but he's having some digestive issues.
Yeah, and you can see him grunting. And,
It's so real, y'all.
oh my God, it was so good.
And of course, it stinks to high heaven when you pass that, but you are immersed in the village. I mean, I wish I could have ridden it twice.
I know.
Just to go back through. And
I'll
look
tell
at
you
it
what,
again.
if we go back to York, I would do it again.
I'd probably do it again.
I would do it again. It's built. Did you already say that it's built directly on
Coppergate.
the dig?
Yeah.
And they have already discovered 40,000 objects that were uncovered during the dig. And it was why was it preserved so well? You don't know.
I
Because
was going to say something else. But go ahead.
because it was waterlogged soil. So it kept the timber and the leather and the textiles and everything intact. I mean, it's just amazing.
And once you get off the ride, you get to go through the museum to see all of that, which is where I was going with this. And so you get off and they have all the little artifacts lined up and you can take your time going through there. Of course, it is a timed experience. So I think you only have so much time, but we had plenty of time to see everything we wanted to see. And again, it's so real that at one point there's this guy in a hut with a group of children, and you had to look at him twice to figure out if he was real or not. I think he ended up waving at you or something.
He did, because there was a school group in there, and they were about to come to his area next. And I looked over at him and I thought, ooh, is that another animatronic? And I'm kind of staring at him. And all of a sudden he grins at me and goes, to let me know he's real.
But I would highly recommend that experience, hands down. It's in a really cool area also. There's a lot of shopping going on. In
Restaurants.
Yeah, I think when we got out, we were starving and ready to go eat some dinner.
Yeah.
But it's in a good place. So definitely do it. The Jorvik Viking Centre.
And
Highly recommend.
whether you have kids or not. I mean,
As
kids.
adults, we didn't have any children with us. We were
Kids,
all about it.
Kids, of course, will love it. But as we said, we loved it.
We loved it.
Yeah.
so much.
I mean, I would do it again.
York was, definitely my favorite.
So, one of the big things that we regret, and we would definitely do next time when we go to York, is we did not go to York Minster. I know, who can believe it? I didn't go to a church. But we only
You
had
go around it and take outside pictures.
I did,
too.
but I didn't go in. And the reason we didn't is because we had already been to a beautiful, beautiful cathedral in this trip. And we were, getting tired at this point. We wanted to do the Viking Centre, so we skipped it. And next time, I will definitely make time for it. It's an incredible place, and it took 250 years to build. So it's, one of those that is going to be incredible. Anyway.
Scoot has something to say.
I know. Our bulldog is barking because I don't know why. But anyway, we'll do that next time.
After York, our
Yes.
last stop is Corbridge. And Newcastle seemed like the right place to stay, I suppose. Seeing as how we're brand new Newcastle fans since we moved here.
Toon Army.
So our friend Jeff that lives down the street, he is a Scotsman, but his team has always been Newcastle.
Because he was born there.
He was born in Newcastle, and he's followed them since he was a kid. And so, of course, we've kind of adopted that as our team, too. So I wanted to at least, pop in or stay somewhere in and around Newcastle. The other thing that was important to me, but if we could do this trip, I wasn't sure if it was possible, is to see part of Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
And that is the most northern frontier of the Roman army in Britain. And there's still remnants of it all across northern England. And so I just wanted to see it, just to see the wall, to pop in, take a picture. Here I am.
Yeah, here I am.
And
I'm seeing the wall.
We would head on up to Scotland. But Beth did me one better. She found out that there was a fort town in Corbridge, a Roman fort ruins. Good job, Beth. And so instead of staying in Newcastle, we stayed outside of Newcastle in Corbridge at this awesome inn called the Golden Lion, I think. Is that right?
Highly recommend it.
Oh, it was. This was a better inn, I would say, than the one that we stayed in Bakewell.
Yes.
And we stayed there, and we were 5 miles out from Corbridge, the fort, and so I got to go out. And this place is laid out beautifully also, because you can take a bus out there if you want to. You don't have to necessarily drive. But the first thing you do is you go through the museum of all the things that they've picked up. And one of the coolest things that they found there was a chest full of armor and weapons and personal items that a Roman soldier had somehow left behind. And that was really cool to see.
I bet.
And
I didn't go on this. I sort of wandered the town instead.
Yes. And so you wander through the museum and get to see all of the different artifacts that they've pulled out of there. And then you go outside and you get to see the ruins. And you can walk. And it's not, a huge area. But it's enough that you can see, okay, these were the barracks. This is where they kept food storage. This is where, they had water. I'm not sure. But it was big enough that you could see that's where they lived, and you got to see the ruins. Now, it wasn't part of Hadrian's Wall, technically, but Beth, fixed me up on that one, too.
I did. It just so happened a friend named Louise, hi Louise, who lives in Newcastle, and I hadn't seen in, I don't know what we decided, 20 years or something. And her husband, Pete, who unfortunately was out of town, so I didn't get to see him, but Louise came to the Golden Lion and ate dinner with us, and I got to catch up with her. And then she said, you want to get Toon Army stuff and you want to see Hadrian's Wall? Come get me tomorrow morning. I'll show you where all that is.
Personal tour guide, woohoo!
Oh, come to find out, the wall was what was that? 10 minutes from her house at the most?
And not even that.
Yeah, you could have walked.
Yeah, we could have walked there probably.
So we go over, we see that, we get out, we take pictures. Shelley is thrilled.
Yay! Hadrian's Wall!
And got to do that. And then she took us for Newcastle shopping and showed us exactly the right place. And after that, we had to say goodbye, but I'll go back and see her again. And we were able to get our friend Jeff some really cool gear and a Toon Army magnet for our refrigerator. So that was a really great stop.
That was a great stop.
Yeah.
That was totally worth it. And when we left Corbridge the next day, I think after we went shopping, we followed the coast from there all the way up to Edinburgh. So we got to actually see part of the North Sea. We stopped and had lunch at a lovely place.
Right on the ocean.
It was lovely.
It was a very
beautiful drive.
Yeah.
It was, I think, the longest drive we had taken. I think it was about 3 hours to get back to the Edinburgh airport, or where we could drop the car off.
Right, which was the airport.
The airport. But it was such a beautiful drive along there. 2 lanes, countryside, ocean, fantastic.
Gorgeous. Yeah. That area of the Ocean Drive is just remarkable. And our friend Margaret, hi Margaret, has a caravan at North Berwick, which is part of that area. In hers is in Scotland. We were seeing mostly England into Scotland. So anyway, it was a gorgeous drive, and then we ended up in Edinburgh.
Once again. Find our friends.
Once again. So we'll tell you about that whole second part of the trip another time.
Well, some of it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, we might give them the short version because we didn't do anything in Edinburgh that's different.
No, I meant the rest of the trip.
Yeah, and then we went to Glasgow, but we did do some new things in Glasgow.
The next 10 days we'll tell you about.
And so it was Glasgow, Belfast. Oh, I forgot about the Highlands, the Scotland Highlands
Our
trip.
day trip, yes.
And then, of course, into Ireland. So we've got at least, 2 or 3 more podcasts out of
At least.
series.
And we're going to Amsterdam on Monday.
And we're leaving, day after tomorrow for Amsterdam. So with that, we got a lot more content coming up for you. So subscribe, hit your, like buttons, check us out on social media for lots of pictures. Share with your friends. And we are currently working on a new project where Beth will be...
That's me.
That's her. Will be designing itineraries, personal itineraries for people. So if you're interested, you could shoot us an email at...
Coming to Portugal.
Yes, coming to Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal
at
for
wandering at www4us.com. So you can check us out there. I'll get that page up soon, I promise, but it'll be after we get back from...
Yeah.
And there's other things going on. But
yeah,
that's coming up in the works.
We're
working on it.
We are.
We're moving forward.
Woohoo.
Woo. All right. So is there anything else we want to say?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So
love England.
Love England. Yes, love England. All right. I guess we'll say boa tarde.
Boa tarde.
Thanks for wandering with us. If you had a laugh, learned something new, or just enjoyed the ride, be sure to follow us on all of our social media at Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, and I think that's it. Check out our website at www4us, that's www.forus.com, and drop us a line at our email address at wandering@www4us.com. We'd love to hear from you, your stories, questions, or favorite travel fails. Until next time, keep exploring, keep laughing, and remember, wandering works for us, and it just might work for you too.